3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. Liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
Welcome back to TTMTrades. Y'all thought I forgot, man. We're going to do our end of week recap on the plays I called earlier this week, which are tickers ARDM, BPMX, HEB, and UGAZ. So, end of week recap. Stock twits 1.8 thousand. Hey, I deeply appreciate every single one of you. YouTube, we are up to 733 subscribers. Those who have been here from the beginning, I deeply appreciate it. We are going for 10,000. All right, got to set big goals like always. So let's just jump right into it. End of week recap. Let's start off with ticker ARDM. All right, so I believe when I pointed out ARDM, we said that we was looking at it right at that area. We was talking about ticker ARDM right at let's see, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So yeah, it was right at that 23 cent. We had pointed out on the weekly that that main line of support that should be holding was right here, give or take. If we look back in the past, right here at about 112. Where it closed at. All right, and then right here you can see the low got was to 110. So it has hit that support of 112 and now it's kind of closed under it. All right, so that to me is a little suspicious. Unless this pulls back up next week and closes above 110 where this old area of support was at, then I would be careful, because like I said, if you break that line of support on strong volume, then that will put you back down here in this channel of that 90 to $1.10 range, and we don't want you taking major losses. Now, if this does next week begin to consolidate above 110, then that means that last line of support is holding very strong, and this might be good for a breakout play. Okay, but as you can see, it dropped through the rest of the week on low volume. The low volume signals that there's no interest in this stock right now. Okay, so if a stock continues to drop on low volume, then that just shows there's no interest in this one at all. So right now it's sitting right at that 107 support from this last dip down right here. So that's the line that we want to make sure holds, and we want to look for some consolidation above 110 altogether. All right, now remember, like I said on the double Bollinger Bands, the way I play it, until it closes above that one standard deviation Bollinger Band, which is currently at 114, then we just kind of stay out of it. Mind you, the candlestick that formed is showing indecision, all right, as far as it going down. All right, it doesn't know if it wants to go down any further, if the sellers want to push it down any further, and or if the buyers want to come in and start accumulating. But it is sitting right at the strong line of support. Now, like I said, if this begins to hold throughout the week and starts consolidating sideways, and then it, you know, your one standard deviation continues to move down to the point where the price action is actually above it, and we get some nice consolidation, then like I said, I would look into making an entry on this one right around that 106 to 110 area. All right, but if this line of support right here at 107 fails, then I would just wait until it breaks all the way back down to 90 cents. But again, keep in mind, if you get some consolidation in the breakout, then from $1.06 or to wherever the support holds right in this general area to about that $2 range, that is a 90 to 95 cent spread for a strong gain. Okay, but you got to be a little more patient with this one and wait it out. Don't rush it. All right, so let's ticker ARDM. Next, what did we talk about? We talked about ticker HEB. All right, so when I brought up ticker HEB, as you can see, it had dropped down. It was on the downtrend, then it found support right on the 50-period moving average, this yellow line right here, and it was continuing to trend up, and then it broke out. So when I called it for the beginning of the week, it closed like this on Friday, and then Monday it had this nice spike up. Okay, so hopefully somebody was able to make a quick gain from that 53 to 59 cent spread. All right, from there, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it began to drop back down and it found support right on this 50-period moving average. Now, if the 50-period moving average continues to hold, then this would be a bullish signal that we are trying to break out right in this general area where it closed at right here. Okay, so this strong line of resistance. So as you can see, it forms a, you know, my favorite pattern is an ascending triangle. Okay, rejected, 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 came back down, found support on the 50-period moving average, came back up for the retest, rejected, came back down, found support on the 50-period moving average. So if that 50-period moving average continues to hold, and we know the resistance is right at 59, give or take 60 cents, then you can make a play down here around that 46 to 48 cents, and then get you a quick 11 to 12 cent spread on this play. All right, but make sure that this 50-period moving average is continuing to hold. All right, let's ticker HEB. Next, let's talk about ticker UGAS, which follows the natural gas index on the S&P. So this one has been under very strong consolidation, and it is due for a major breakout. So the last line of resistance that this stock oh man, excuse me, is right here, right where it found support at. Okay, and it has been holding. So you know, you got this line of resistance. Remember, old support, new resistance, back to the old golden rule. So right now that's acting as resistance, but as you can see, the stock is still trending up. All right, now if it's still trending up and we got this line of resistance, then there's pressure building on the resistance, which is another ascending triangle pattern, and a breakout is due. All right, now at the same time, we have the ascending triangle pattern showing that a breakout is due, and then we have the Bollinger Bands coming in for a tight squeeze, which is also does what? Signals low volatility. So we have two signals of a breakout pending to happen. Now, what tells me that the breakout is in the bull's favor is, number one, my CCI is already trending and broke both the 10-period and 30-period moving average. The RSI has already broke through the 10, found support, and broke through the 30. So the momentum is behind the move. If we look down at the bottom, way more days of accumulation than there is selling. All right, so this right here is a shaking up soda waiting to explode. Okay, so still a great entry if you made your entry. I know a lot of people that got in this a week ago when I got in, or maybe 2 weeks ago when I got in, and they've just been patiently holding at it as it has been trending up nice and slowly. But once this does break out, then as you can see, it moves fast because you can see the gap ups that happen on a daily basis. Okay, and the reason you have those gap ups is because this index continues to trade even after hours. Okay, so when it continues to trade after hours, and when it finally closes and the market opens up the next day, it automatically gaps up to reflect what happens to the actual index that it follows. Okay, so UGAS is definitely a great hold. All right, even if you get in right here at that 58 and ride it back up to this next line of resistance right here in this 75 to 76 range, that is a great spread, and hopefully you can get back up to this top right around 100 for a $40 spread. Okay, so that is still great gains right in this one. Okay, UGAS is a definite hold. If you look at all my indicators, they are trending up, showing that momentum is behind this move. And then last but not least, ticker BPMX. I actually got this chart, so let me just pull it up. So ticker BPMX drew this line a while ago. When I called it out, it was back at 15 to 16 cents. I pointed out this ascending triangle showing that we had this line of resistance right here, and the trend was beginning to trend up, showing that it was pressure being put on the resistance. Remember, the simile is like a shaking up soda ready to explode. So a lot of pressure being put on the resistance, and then when the market opened, it began to rip Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So like I said, a great spread. I was looking for my followers to get a spread from that 15 to 16 to 28 cents, so about 11 to 12 cent spread, but it actually ran up to 32 for 100% gain, anybody who got in on this return. So what I'm waiting on moving into next week, as you can see, put on here, topped out at 32 where old resistance was back in October. As you can see right here, great deal of resistance, and as you can see right here, a great deal of support, which has became this trend's resistance. So the past two candlesticks have shown that it is trying to hold on this line of support right here at 27 cents. But with these long wicks, it's telling me that there's still a lot of selling pressure. So I would wait to see if this 27 cents holds. If that 27 cents does not hold, then this trend will break back down and come down here to retest this 21, which is a healthy pullback, nothing to be concerned with. Anytime you break through a line of old resistance, sometimes the price action will come back to test it as support, which it kind of did because it gapped up here on the open and then came down to touch it and then ran up. So just be careful. Right now we're looking at 21 to 27 cents, which is a 6-cent spread. That's a pretty wide spread. So if anything, I would play it safe. Wait to see if you get that 21 to 22 cent tap back down here and then hop back in and ride this back up to this resistance level of 32. But all great plays. You should have at least made money on 3 out of the 4 that I called. Remember, I will never tell you when to pull the trigger. You have to do that on your own, and you have to make your own entries. Okay, so if you played any of those, you should have made money on 3 out of the 4, with ticker ARDM continue to trend down to find support back in that $1.07 to $1.10 area. So TTMTrades, that's my end of week review. Look forward to my top 3+1 next week, and I'm gonna do a video on the relative strength index indicator. I've seen a lot of different videos, and I feel like those videos do not do my favorite indicator any justice. I love the RSI. There's so many different ways to utilize it for breakout plays, bounce plays, trends, the whole 9. Okay, so the RSI is a great indicator, probably one of the only indicators you will ever need to use, and I'm going to do a video on that. So hit the thumbs up, down, leave a comment, and let's continue making money together. The month of March, we are going for a 200 to 300% return on our accounts. So let's do it. TTMTrades, till next time.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.